It turns out everything your parents told you about vegetables was wrong, because we're looking at Attack of the Killer Tomatoes here on the Why Is This a Cartoon cast.
Do you guys hear something?
What is it?
I thought I heard something. You guys hear it?
I don't know.
Oh, let's...
Tomatoes!
You blew it out. That's right. We're talking about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the animated series, here on the Why Is This a Cartoon cast, the only show on the internet that takes a look at animated adaptations and asks the essential question, why is this a cartoon? I'm your host, Joey, and I'm joined with Chris.
Hello.
And Tim.
How's it going?
And like we said, today we look at Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the only show that exists solely because of the theme song. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you are actually wrong, but we'll just keep going.
What?
Nice. Just knock everything over in the room.
It's all broken.
This actually exists because of Muppet Babies.
That's true. Tell us about the Muppet Babies connection before we get rolling on this.
So apparently, in an episode of Muppet Babies, Fozzie had like a Attack of the Silly Tomatoes thing he did, where it showed clips from the movie, and he used the giant tomato ketchup bottle to catch the tomatoes, and it was actually one of the most viewed episodes of Muppet Babies, and it was so popular that the studio went to the creators of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and said, "Hey, let's make a cartoon out of this."
So this was made by the same studio that did Muppet Babies?
Yeah, pretty much. For kids.
Holy shit, you're right.
Are you reading the wiki right now?
I'm totally on the wiki right now.
Where do you think
And
I got
according
this
to the
info
wiki,
from?
this show aired from September 8th, 1990 to November 23rd, 1991.
Which actually,
So this predates...
Conan the Barbarian.
Shh, we haven't done that yet.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually the first episode.
Oh, is it the first episode? We're not recording in sequence. That's
It's
the
the
problem.
first episode that's going to air.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut all this shit out.
I figured you would.
I'm going to knife this
So
shit
this
out
show
of it.
is 28 years old.
Debatable.
Whew. We're old.
It's older than you.
This show's
is.
older than I am, yeah. Not you guys. You guys are older than the show.
Yeah, we're,
Yeah.
we're ancient.
Fucking grandpas.
Yeah.
Get me my medicine, boy.
I need my old man cream to rub on my old man parts. Make them extra wrinkly and hang low.
According to the Wikipedia page, which I swear to God I'm not relying on for any of my information, there's a line that says the show also aired on October 26, 1996, which was the day of my 4th birthday.
Really?
Or 3rd birthday. It was the year I turned 4. Yeah.
God, he's so little.
I'm just a little baby boy.
He's just a baby.
In addition, repeats were aired on Fox Family from 1998 to 2000.
This is
I
actually
don't
one
remember
of the...
this
I
show
don't
at
remember.
all.
Really?
I have no recollection.
I remember-
of
I
the
remember
show.
watching it when it first came on. I don't
Yeah, same
remember
here.
the fucking repeats. I don't remember that.
I remember the repeats, too, though.
Did
I
you guys
remember
dig
that.
it when it came out?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Totally.
because it was zany and it was silly and it wasn't trying to be anything.
I mean, just watching it back for this show, I fucking loved it. I thought it was
I did
so
too.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
it really was. And it had so many movie references.
Yeah.
Like, honest to God, it was very self-aware and I enjoyed the hell out of that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. The one.
So who can we talk about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the film series first?
Yeah, I think we can cover that.
I've only ever seen the first one, but I love the first one.
The first one
The
is...
first one's a genuine
is the
classic.
best, actually. Let's face it. The second one, had its moments, but the first one is the best.
I agree.
So this one is based off. You guys say this one is based off the second film.
Yes.
Mostly, yeah, the second movie.
It's got elements from the first film as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
up with the Killer Tomatoes movies? I love the first one.
So this one takes place at the same time as the second movie, 5 years after the Great Tomato War from the first one, which, as you'll remember, the tomatoes almost defeated us completely until the greatest song ever intervened.
Puberty Love saves the
Beauty
day.
love. Oh my God.
I'm gonna insert that. Right
Please
here.
do.
I'm gonna insert a clip of it right now.
Turn on the record player! Cover your ears, everyone!
back from puberty love.
I hope to God you really do insert that.
I love that first Killer Tomatoes movie.
Oh my God.
What's the deal with the second one? What happens in it?
Second
Because that's
one-
what this cartoon is supposed to be based off of.
Yeah, second one has Chad and Tara.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And
Does it have FT?
FT's there.
I gotta.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
freaking
watch
this
it.
now.
You
Shit,
need to
why don't
watch
you
it.
fucking tell me?
I have the DVD
have told
upstairs.
you.
I'll let you borrow it. It's the main thing in the second one was that the Dr. Gangrene
Yep.
found
Dr. Gangrene's in it too.
Yeah.
John Ashton's in it. He found a way to have
Is Sean Astin in it?
no.
Oh.
You got John. Sorry, you
The
got Gomez.
80s. What year was this?
88.
88. So
You
Sean
also
Astin should've
have
been in
a young George Clooney in this movie.
it. That's true. I remember that. I do know that.
So you have that, and then Gangrene is doing weird experiments turning tomatoes into people.
Are tomatoes banned in the second movie?
Yeah,
Like
they sell it like regular drugs. I got some good plum tomatoes for you. Come on back here,
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Grocery
Is it
Store
better than
owner.
the first one?
I wouldn't say it's better than the first one. It's you know, I
It's
get
entertaining.
Who comes back other than the parachute guy?
I think
Does the main character from the first one come back?
No,
No,
and he doesn't swap voices with his girlfriend either.
I think it's just the guy, the parachute guy.
It's just the
Yeah,
parachute
just
guy.
parachute guy. And he still has a parachute. Don't worry.
yeah, he still has that.
Yeah.
You can't get it unattached.
And he wears the hat in the second one that says VT Day. Yeah,
Victor Schmidt.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
The movies are some of the most delightful things ever created by mankind.
Well, I love the first one, and now I obviously have to check out the second one because it sounds awesome.
It's there are definitely movies where they didn't try hard on purpose.
Was the theme song in the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
Yeah,
that
it was
where
a-
it came from? Because I don't think it was in the first one.
Was it in the first one? I don't remember.
it might have been.
I don't remember.
But
It
in
was
this-
a different version of the theme song. I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
I
Attack
feel
of the
like-
Killer, like this actual attack.
I feel like it had to have been in the first one because how else would I know about it? Because I've only seen the first one. Like, like that's iconic, basically.
It really is.
That's right up there with My Heart Will
see,
Go
no,
On.
I need.
As far as movie songs go,
It's better than that.
it's way better than that. But
Honestly, I need to rewatch them again because they're worth watching no matter what. You're ever depressed and want to go get the nearest extension cord for your ceiling fan, just watch Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah.
what? Get the nearest extension cord for your ceiling.
fan. Yeah, that's a reference to hanging yourself.
That's very depressing. We're trying to be fun here on the Why Is This a Cartoon Cast? And you can find us online on Facebook and Twitter at WITA Cartoon. You could email us at WITACartooncast@gmail.com. And just tell us how you're feeling. Don't be depressed.
We'll have links
Enjoy
to all that
yourselves.
below
Watch-
below the actual YouTube.
There's no
video.
links.
You're not gonna put links in the
I'll
description.
put links in the description, but this is primarily a podcast. Like the YouTube is there to
Subscribe to us on YouTube as well.
definitely subscribe to us on YouTube. First of all, there will be bonus content.
You're a liar.
I'm a liar. If people subscribe to it, I swear to God, we'll make it.
Yeah, we'll do extra things like about music or actual movies, or we'll make him watch things like Gremlins that he's never seen or Munchies. You've never seen Munchies, have you?
No, I've never seen it. The only Gremlins knockoff I've seen is Hobgoblins, and that's only because of Mystery Science Theater.
Well, so
You
you've
want the
never-
Blu-ray? I can let you borrow the Blu-ray
I can't
You
believe
have
I'm
the
so
Blu-ray
happy
of
you bought
Munchies?
of
Yeah.
Hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins.
I
Wait,
forgot who put it out.
Does it have a commentary?
Do you
by
have Troll and
freaking
Troll 2?
Director and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
in
God.
my pile. Right in the other room.
Why do you buy bad movies?
because bad movies are actually fucking
Yeah, they're
amazing.
good.
No, I like watching bad movies too, but I would never plop down like $25 for the Blu-ray.
Why?
Why not?
do
It's
you
bad
mean?
movies.
Yeah. Like
You
we
bet-
saw,
you watch
what did we
bad
see at work?
movies.
What was that? What was that double movie set we saw at work?
I don't remember.
Oh, it was something. The Werewolf of Mexico and
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah, Werewolf in Mexico and something.
Like Curse or something like that.
Werewolf in Mexico was the hitter.
Yeah.
That was the big one.
Yeah. Yeah. By the
Wasn't it
way,
an American Werewolf in Mexico?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
But bad movies make
Tune into our
life worth
podcast
living.
next week on American Werewolf in Mexico,
The animated series.
the animated series. That's my pitch for this episode.
Okay, well, we'll stick with that then. I'm still working on mine.
Oh, dude. All right, let's get back to Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Don't worry. On the next episode, I probably will have a pitch ready.
I promise to be prepared for the next episode. Let's get back to Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Okay.
So a lot of the characters that are in the second movie are in the show.
Yes.
Yep.
So how does FT like?
He's an experiment.
Yeah.
How he's a fuzzy tomato
Yes.
on legs?
Yeah.
Well, he's the dog.
How's the
He's a-
special effects on that?
He looks like a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I gotta
it's-
see this.
They even say at the end of the movie too, like, everybody loves FT. Go ahead and grab FT in your local movie theater, wherever.
Yeah,
or
gift shop.
gift shop, and then go ahead and buy it at any local place that sells your kid's favorite toys.
I gotta see this movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic because
It's bad. But
it's
fantastic.
it's like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, fantastic.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, like where it's so bad it goes back around to good again.
I don't think there's anything bad about Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That movie's legit.
Legit bad to the point of being good.
There's not what's bad about it. It's fucking awesome. It's a B movie.
if you need-
sure.
That theme alone makes that movie great.
Oh, that heavy metal.
Germs.
Guitar
Yeah,
riff
dude.
to that.
I actually do like that too.
That's-
That's
Very bad.
they used it in Killing Floor too. For
That
the
can be your pitch. Fucking Killer Clowns, the
from
animated
series.
series.
Yeah, that could be my pitch.
Stay tuned for that one, folks.
You're gonna edit that out. You know it.
I haven't decided yet. Let's get back to Killer Tomatoes. So, I think if anybody knows one fact about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, it's the amazing theme song. It's so good. We're
is.
gonna drop it in. I think I said that like a minute ago.
Yeah. Well, why don't we drop it in right here?
We'll drop it in right here. So that's how the show opens.
Can we still sing it? I think we should sing it.
Do you want to sing it?
Let's sing it. Come on.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Attack
of the Killer Tomatoes.
I don't know.
And other stuff. Attack of the Killer.
It's something about a parachute. Anyway.
Something about a parachute.
Tomatoes.
I think that was just for the show. They added the line about the parachute.
Well, yeah, because it's different. I think.
What's What's the guy's name? The parachute guy?
Wilbur.
Yeah.
Uncle Wilbur.
Yeah.
That's who it is.
I love how he's portrayed in the show as like a grizzled, like almost like a Vietnam veteran.
That's how he was in the second movie. Like
Yeah.
he has those little random.
I've seen some things, man.
You don't know what these tomatoes can
stuff.
do.
It's like that
I've
Saturday
seen
Night
some
Live skit
stuff.
with the Muppet Class. You've seen it. You know what I'm talking about.
SNL skit.
Oh God.
So the show starts with
The pizza shop.
does it start with the pizza shop or is it the scientist creating tomatoes in a lab?
Let me look.
Because that's
Opens to Great Tomato War actually. It shows scenes from the Great Tomato War in the newscast.
Oh, and then it cuts to the TV show.
Then it cuts to the pizza shop.
Yeah. So how is there a pizza shop if tomatoes are banned?
Well, there's no tomatoes on the pizza.
Yeah, they use everything but tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Like in this episode, they said, was it red snapper and mayonnaise?
Yeah.
And then the movie was like peanut butter and chocolate syrup and all this other stuff.
Yeah, it was
on
kind of
pizza.
ridiculous in the
So
movie.
pizzas have survived the Great Tomato War.
They have.
Yeah.
Um,
But
Okay.
just with random garbage on it.
Yeah. It takes place the same time period too, 5 years after the war, much like the second movie did. Tomatoes, of course, are banned, and it starts off with the two guys from Cheers apparently are hanging out inside the restaurant.
What two guys from Cheers?
Cliff and
Norm.
Norm.
Yeah.
I tell you that their Great Tomato War.
Well, no, because he shuts off the newscast about the Great Tomato War, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to watch roller bowling," and it's Cliff and
yeah.
Norm. It is Cliff and Norm.
Yeah, it's Cliff and Norm basically. It's a ripoff.
Is it? I
Yeah,
didn't notice
you
that.
didn't notice that?
No.
Oh, how could you of all people not catch that on an episode of a show you actually wanted to watch?
Yeah, and I watched the shit out of it. Yeah, I like this a lot. I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't catch the reference.
They show up again too.
Yeah, they're
Well,
in
I
the
know-
movie, I think, too. Like, there's two random guys in the same
Yeah.
way, but they don't talk like
No.
Norm and Cliff.
The thing is, like this cartoon has so many TV and movie references. It's very, like I said, self-aware. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, it is super self-aware. That's one of the cool things watching it back. Like I wouldn't have got that as a child.
yeah. As a
No,
kid, you don't get
no.
it, but that's why it was one of those shows that definitely was for.
How
both
long
the
did
kids
this show run? 2 seasons?
Yeah, the second season kind of screwed things up though. That's why they canceled it.
I just love that the fucking parachute guy from the first movie is played as a fucking PTSD veteran who just runs a pizza shop.
He runs a pizza shop. He has all his memorials.
You whippersnapper don't understand.
But it's talking about how but it's got plenty of humor for the adults who watch the show with the kids.
It was SpongeBob before SpongeBob, essentially.
Yep.
That's great.
Well, Rocko's Modern Life did the same thing, and so did Ren and Stimpy.
Well, this came out before that.
Not long before that.
No, like a
Yeah, but
year
before
or
is
two
before. It
Yeah,
doesn't
before
matter.
is before. You're right. Well, Looney Tunes did it long before they did. Just saying.
Can we talk about FT, the fuzzy tomato?
Yes.
You guys said he was in the second movie?
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's just a stuffed
And
animal.
apparently he's so he can be mistaken for a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody does so.
Yeah.
In fact, he belongs to what's her name?
Tara.
To Tara, but
Yeah.
they
Tara, who is also a tomato,
yes,
that
who was
turns into a woman.
Yep.
But
beautiful,
Salt turns her back into a
sensual
tomato.
Yeah. What's up with the salt thing? Is that
It was a
explained in it?
mistake.
Yeah.
It was a mistake.
So she's just like a cloning error.
Yeah.
Does-
But I think that worked on all the tomato people in the second movie, didn't it?
Does the movie address that?
Or was she the only one?
No, she got cured at the end of the second movie. She became an actual woman then.
Did she?
That
Yeah.
doesn't sound
It's
like
been a
she
very
was
long
cured.
time. Yeah,
It
please,
sounds like she
please
was-
understand.
She's cured for.
But
not
to get
being
her
a
back from tomato
anymore.
form, you just gotta sprinkle some pepper on her so she sneezes.
Yeah.
Pepper,
Pepper,
not salt.
not salt.
There's salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Is there salt and pepper in the cartoon, or is it just the salt? I just remember the salt.
The salt turned her into tomato, but then what's his name keeps a little shaker of pepper inside of his pocket so he can turn her back.
Dr. Putrid T. Gangrene?
No,
Are you talking about Dr.
kid.
Putrid T.
Chad.
Chad. Thank you.
The pizza delivery kid.
That's such a weird name for a little kid to have.
With his rad skateboard.
Well, in the second movie, Chad and Tara were fucking. So
Because he's older.
How
he's
old?
older.
Oh, so they sized him down.
They
Yeah.
sized
in the
him down to
cartoon.
make it more.
to make him a protagonist.
Yeah.
Protagonist.
Protagonist. So after the whole thing in the restaurant and we cut the we cut the Igor.
Igor.
Before we cut the Igor, I just want to say the transitions in this show were fucking so cool.
Oh, with like the tomato eating the
It was
screen.
yeah.
Or I
So
think at some
cool.
point
Like,
it's
that's
a
the
tomato
attention to
just flies up the
detail.
screen and splats, and then it all runs down and it goes to the next thing.
Like
It
that's the
was.
attention to detail. It's just so cool and just puts it over the
Like,
top
it-
for me.
it j-
Like,
really
I wouldn't
made the show.
I wouldn't have appreciated it as a child, but like looking back on it now, it's so fucking cool.
Like to quote John Candy in Spaceballs, "Nice dissolve."
Nice.
Yes, I am that big enough a nerd to remember stupid little lines like that.
So now we get to Dr. Putrid T. Gangrene.
Well, we get the Igor first,
Yeah.
Igor.
who is a surfer
Movie
dude.
reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to be in?
Was Igor voiced by the same dude who voiced Michelangelo in Ninja Turtles? Did you
so-
guys pick that up? It sounds like the same guy.
I wouldn't say Michelangelo, but well,
Yeah, Michelangelo.
yeah. You know what? It might be. The
He
same.
sounded
maybe.
just like Michelangelo. I didn't care enough to look into it. But if one
We
of our
have
listeners
Wikipedia
wants to
open.
check it out,
And let us know in the comments below.
email us at witacartooncast@gmail.com. Or you can tweet at us-
WITA.
You can tweet at us at WITA Cartoon on Twitter. You can find us at the same page on Facebook. Branding.
You can also buy a stuffed Joe doll in the gift shop of your nearest theater.
You can buy a Joe pillow, a Joe body pillow.
A Joe waifu pillow.
There you go.
It has a real beard.
Let's get back to Igor and Dr. Putrid T. Gangrene.
Yeah, that's fine. I was going there, but
What
you
was
stopped
what was Hammerman's villain's name?
me. You mean Defacely
Who
Marmite?
cares?
Facely Marmeister and Dr. Putrid T. Gangrene.
Who's the better villain?
By the way, if you guys haven't checked out our pilot episode on Hammerman, be sure to check that out. That's at our YouTube
Don't.
page at WITA Cartoon on YouTube. Why is this a cartoon cast on YouTube? And I'm sure you'll be able to find it wherever you found this, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's all in the same shit.
Don't do it.
No, Hammerman's awesome.
No,
Who
it's
had-
not.
Do you think Defacely Marmeister and Dr. Putrid T. Gangrene, do you think they hung out?
No, their egos would clash.
I want to think that they were bros.
No way.
No.
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 Igor wants to be a newsman.
Yeah.
Does Igor want to be a newsman, or is Igor...
same way in the movie? So yeah, Igor was the same way in the movie.
Yeah.
Igor was in the movie too?
Yeah.
Igor is in the movie.
Pretty much every character
I
in
gotta
this
watch this
show
movie.
is in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Easiest way to think of that. Because I was thinking, like, yeah, even the newscaster.
Yeah.
Why is
The only person not in the movie is the censor lady who didn't show up in this episode. Because I can remember the censor lady.
Dr. Peachy T. Gangrene obsessed with vegetables? All of his science experiments seem to involve vegetables.
Because he's an angry scientist.
Yeah, but why vegetables?
There was a backstory to that.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the backstory anymore.
It just seems like a
He was
terrible.
the first to tame the wild turnip, though. I know that.
It seems like a terrible message for children. Like vegetables are bad. No, they're not.
They're
They're
delicious.
full of delicious fiber and
They make you poop, kids.
they've got no carbs.
Except for the ones that are made of carbs, like potatoes.
Oh yeah, fuck potatoes. Unless you get them at Five Guys and they're all delicious, succulent. Oh god,
This
they're
podcast is
greasy.
brought to you by Five Guys.
Tasty. They taste so good. You just want to put them in your mouth. Oh, ASMR to potatoes. Five Guys, they get the bag all greasy.
You know,
but
he'll
that's-
edit out comedic gold from either me or
Dirty
you, but
gold.
Listen right
I'm
now.
cutting all this out too.
No, you're not.
I haven't decided. It depends on how it plays back.
Well, as long as you don't talk about that friggin' fullback anymore.
That's not what we're here for.
Okay.
We are here for is Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And so what happens after we're in the lab with Dr. Gangrene and Igor?
Well,
We cut to the newscaster.
Yeah, I think we go back to. They came up with a plan to kidnap the guy from the newscast
yeah.
Yeah, the
And
evil
they-
plan is to kidnap him, replace him with Igor.
and then play music over
The whistle.
It's the
whistle.
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 Yeah.
over the
Using
radio.
6 milk jugs and a tuning fork, he found the tone to make tomatoes attack on sight.
Here's my gripe with that. His plan is to play the whistle over the newscast
Yeah, and incite
and
the
turn the tomatoes. It's let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. It's the same plot as Halloween 3. It's the same bad guy plot as Halloween 3.
Is that the one with those stupid fucking masks?
That movie's amazing. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It's
I
great.
love Halloween 3.
Everybody loves Halloween 3.
This mask turned my kid's face into bugs.
It stars what's his face?
Tom Atkins.
Tom Atkins,
Yeah.
founder of the diet. So the
Yeah.
plan is to blow the whistle on live TV, and it'll turn all tomatoes. But here's my thing: the tomatoes are banned.
They're all over the countryside.
Why would they be anywhere near TV if they're banned?
You'll see later on the episode.
Yeah, you'll see later on the episode.
Because cartoon
but it doesn't
physics.
make sense at the time.
It didn't need to. The show was for people of me and Chris's age.
Bull Schlitz. His plan doesn't make sense at all. He's a doctor, for God's sake.
It's also the Attack of the Killer
A
Tomatoes
mad
cartoon.
doctor.
Yeah, he's not a mad. He's an angry scientist.
That's right. Not mad scientist.
So where did the
angry
communist
scientist.
tomatoes come into play?
So that's the thing.
That was.
The tomato changes voices and personalities,
I love the Stalin tomato.
but then he goes back to being like a New York tomato later on.
I feel like he's pretty Russian throughout.
No,
I didn't notice the change of the accent.
you really weren't paying attention this entire episode.
No,
were
this
you?
one I thought this show was awesome. I loved this.
But you just.
I was paying attention.
But were you?
Yeah, we got the Stalin tomato,
Okay, and his little Russian tomato friends
and then they steal the kid's skateboard.
and the kid.
Did they steal the kid?
Yes,
What happens to the kid?
they bring him with them.
Where do they bring him?
Back to the hideout.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's Chad. They
Yeah,
steal
Chad.
Chad's
Yeah,
skateboard.
They steal his skateboard, but
Or
then
Schlitz.
his schwitz, and then
Oh,
he ends
and
up
then-
trapped
and
in
then-
an alley.
I have
And attacked
I have
by
in my
tomatoes.
notes. My fourth wall, it's broken. The communist tomato. It's like referencing the audience or something.
Yeah, they do that a lot though in this show.
I thought the writing was really good on this
It
show.
was, even though one lady wrote every episode ever.
Then they end up in an alley.
Yeah, and the kid's blocking tomatoes with the
Trash can.
They're
Trash
just
can lid,
they're just
yeah.
spouting exposition.
yeah, and then the giant tomato comes and Tara blows it up with laser vision.
Something like that.
Something like you just see her eyes stop glowing. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
assume it was laser vision. But then Pucci T Gangrene sneaks up behind her and with
Can
the salt.
I just jump in real quick? There's who has the line "I'm not mad, I'm angry"?
I have that written down.
Is that
somewhere
Putrid T
in
Gangrene?
my brain because
Because somebody calls him a mad scientist. He's like, "I'm not mad, I'm
he's-
angry."
my notes don't go
angry,
past
sir.
tomatoes are banned. So
I think that was in the movie too.
yeah,
That line.
I love that.
That's
Dude,
a
I
good
gotta
line.
watch this freaking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
We should have a Killer Tomatoes like marathon.
I have to see the third and that fourth one.
I do too.
I never
Tomatoes
saw
in
them.
France.
Yeah.
And what was the third one again?
Killer Tomatoes Strike Back.
I can't believe they didn't do Killer Tomatoes in Space.
There's still time.
On the International Space Station.
Honestly, why don't we get Trauma to do it?
That's what it kind of felt like. A Troma
Well,
movie.
James Gunn is available again. So. All right, the next note I have is Tomato Copter.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Peachy
yeah.
T. Gangrene has a tomato-shaped helicopter that makes funny noises.
This
as
guy's
it flies
just
them.
obsessed.
He is, but he
What?
made a whistle. Remember that? He made a whistle.
Yeah. Why tomatoes? Is it because they're already turned and like
Yeah.
they're easy to manipulate since they're already
Yeah.
gone?
My question is too, is like with that last scene when all the tomatoes just like attacked Chad and Tara or whatever. Are the tomatoes like kamikazes? Like,
Yeah.
why are they killing themselves just for?
Well, they didn't even do that in the movies. They
No.
rolled after and killed people. Well, it's a cartoon.
What I want to know is why, like, if Wilbur was around for all of this, why didn't he just pull up Puberty Love on Pandora or whatever?
It was 1990 friggin' 2. There was
Well, then why didn't he have the cassette tape of Puberty Love?
Because I think like didn't their weaknesses change? I think.
Yeah, like
it
they weren't weak
was-
against puberty love anymore. They
Yeah.
actually
They tried
tried it.
Puberty Love in
Yeah,
the
they do
second
in the
movie. Oh,
They
dude.
they didn't try that again.
No,
Everything
But
you're
that
telling
music-
me about this movie makes me want to watch it.
So in the second movie, music makes them into humans, and then music makes them into tomatoes. Again,
So that's how Tara.
that's how Tara.
fits
was.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
the salt and pepper.
It's not salt and pepper. It's music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, with the tomato with the tomato copter, we have another great line. This is the line of the episode, by the way.
Mm.
I love the tomatoey smell of lasagna,
Lasagna
in the morning.
yeah,
It's amazing.
that was pretty good. Of course, then we go to the back to the basement with Chad.
And Wilbur saves the day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wilbur
Wilbur saves
Kicks
the
down
day.
the door with his samurai sword.
yeah, and then the Russian tomatoes run off. He saves the newscaster and Chad, but then they slam the door, lock him in the basement. But then Tara comes. Or no, he finds Tara on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he turns her back into a human.
Yeah, and then they head to the.
Is that when they do the door gag?
Well, we were getting to the door gag. I'm so happy they did because of
The fucking
tomatoes, and they all pop out of the doors.
door
that way.
gag that shows up in every one of these shows. The Scooby Doo gag.
Well, they
Yeah,
did put it in,
Scooby-Doo
and
gag.
you could tell they put it in on purpose.
Yeah. Totally. Did anybody else get the airplane quote in here?
Yes.
No, what was it?
In this one, it was studio. What is it? Studio. That's what lights are, cameras and lights and all this
It's a
other,
room with
other
lights,
stuff.
cameras, and stuff where you record a TV show, but that's not important right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, I remember I was sitting there and I fucking lost it.
I lost it too.
To the point where my roommate
what
came
the
down
fuck?
from the attic to see what I was laughing about, and I told her, and she called me an idiot.
She might have been right to do so.
Well, she was, but that's not why I'm an idiot. I have many other reasons.
I never saw add Airplane to the list of movies I've never
You've
seen.
never
What?
Seen you didn't even see Airplane 2, did
I've
you?
seen the opening like 20 minutes of Airplane, and I didn't see
Oh
it.
my god.
Tune in next week for educating Joey.
But
Yeah.
I know that bit from Police Squad. Who are you and how'd you get in here? I'm a locksmith and I'm a locksmith.
Oh, we're gonna have to pause because I'm gonna.
I love that joke.
Oh my god! I'm a locksmith and I'm a locksmith. Madam, I hate to tell you, but your husband is dead. Oh no! We would have came earlier, but he wasn't dead yet. That's my funny one. Oh.
So Chad ends up hiding in like a closet of the studio,
The prop closet.
and there just so happens to be a box full of
whistles.
identical whistles, Deus Ex whistles.
You haven't used the term Deus Ex Machina yet. Even, for things like the whistle making machine.
Deus Ex Whistleica.
Yeah, anyway. And then Igor gets spotted by Pucci T. Gangrene. Whatever his name was. Sorry, I'm a little bit sleepy.
Yeah, so we cut to the newscast
Oh, yeah.
of Igor interviewing Dr. Pucci T. Gangrene.
Yep.
Did anybody else catch the name of the city? that they were in?
Oh.
Zucchiniville or something?
Zan Zucchini.
San zucchini.
San zucchini.
Zan
yeah.
Zucchini.
Yeah.
This place just
It's
loves vegetables.
Loves
Lot of
vegetables, hates tomatoes, but every vegetable other
That's
than
because
tomatoes.
tomato is like, is it a fruit? Is it a vegetable? It's probably
No, because
Uh,
tomatoes
maybe.
killed everybody during the Great Tomato War, you dipshit.
fair enough.
Vietnam flashback.
Yeah.
Fucking Wilbur.
Yeah. They were everywhere, man. You understand.
That dude's my hero. I ran out of notes. What else? What happens after that?
I'm out of notes, too. Did you keep notes after this?
Well, after that, the Gangrene tries to blow the whistle over the radio. It doesn't work.
It's a dummy whistle.
Dummy whistle.
It's not dummy, it's a duck whistle.
It's a yeah.
Do the ducks show up?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
ducks
they
show up, and then doesn't it make the tomatoes dance instead of?
That's a diff.
That's after
this.
Yeah.
Does Chad play the whistle and then the tomatoes dance?
Why can't I remember anything?
This is the first episode, and we're already fucking.
Yeah, we're already like shit. We, you
We're
know,
like,
what
shit,
we
I don't
really
remember
need to
what
do
happened
is
in
we
the
need
fu-
to like set up a tablet.
We
or
gotta
something
project it on the wall.
like and
Watch
just have
along.
it like on mute with subtitles.
Yeah.
I think that's something we need to start doing. Like,
This is a work in progress, folks. Please stick with
yeah,
us, for
we'll
God's
get
sake.
better. We will get better.
For the love of God, please stick with us. So how does how do they attract all the how does he attract all the tomatoes? Does he use the whistle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't the whistle designed to like turn them crazy or whatever?
You're supposed to make them kill, but it makes them dance because they used the wrong whistle
Yeah.
instead.
No, fuck it.
Well, let's just cut to the chase.
Well, the last note I have written down, it's got to be a quote from. Yeah, it is Putrid T. Gangrene. At the age of 6, I ate an entire lawnmower.
Oh yeah.
What's up with that?
I don't know. And then,
he like kind of
Out of
fuck
context,
goes
it's
out?
amazing though.
dude. In context, it's still crazy.
Well, yeah, that's the point. Let's face it. This show is a piece of gold.
it was.
The show was awesome.
Yeah,
It
it
is.
was great.
I
need
don't know
a
if I would have
DVD
liked it
release.
as a kid, but as an adult, I definitely appreciate like the references and the transitions and all the
You can watch the
goofiness.
entire series on YouTube, can't you?
I'm pretty sure it's all on YouTube.
I hope it is, because I'm probably gonna go home and binge it after I take a nap.
There's definitely a bunch of episodes on YouTube.
I need like an hour nap, and then I'm going to just power through it.
Yeah. So how does the episode end? Was it just the
That was
tomatoes
it.
at
The
Chad's
tomatoes,
house?
yeah.
Yeah.
Tomatoes dancing, and then Gangrene saying he ate a lawnmower.
The age of 6, I ate an entire lawnmower.
So yeah, that was basically it. That's the show.
Yeah, so that's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the animated series. Ran for 2 seasons,
Yeah, 2 seasons. Cancel that to
and
the
then
second season.
canceled and forgotten.
21 episodes.
Yep, I had that written down. 21 episodes.
R.I.P.
Yeah. So at the end of every episode, we like to pitch our own ideas for animated adaptations that would have happened, that would have fit in with some of these shows that we're talking about. So who wants to go first for this one?
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
How about H.R. Giger in Dreamland?
What happens in H.R. Giger in Dreamland?
Oh, you really don't want to know. Just remember
I
the
do want to know because I need you to explain it.
So it's basically it's H.R. Giger at the very beginning of every episode smokes a giant thing of opium and falls asleep. It's animated H.R. Giger. Oh no, it's live action H.R. Giger, and then animated baby H.R. Giger comes out of his head and goes off into a weird biomechanical dreamland full of tits and aliens.
That sounds like it would have fit in just well with the rest of the Fox fucking Saturday morning
Well, I mean,
kids.
there's gonna be his friends like Xenomorph.
It goes Animaniacs, H.R. Giger and Friends, and then fucking Digimon.
Yeah.
It would have fit right in.
I would have watched the shit out of it, but I love H.R. Giger. I have like 5 of his art books at home. Because I'm a
Chris-
twisted person.
Chris, what do you got?
Return of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead, the animated
Yeah,
series?
Return of the Living Dead, the animated series. Why not?
Yeah,
You-
there
you could've-
were no zombie shows around that time. That
And he definitely could have did it, especially after that second one. That second one is very cheesy, very campy.
Oh my god.
You could have definitely
Get the
did.
dang screwdriver out of my head.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Precious
Yeah.
moments. Did you ever see it?
no.
Oh my God.
I love the first one. I never saw
The second one is amazing.
The second one is bad, but
Send
still
more
good.
policemen.
That's
Send
the
more
first one,
cops.
Yeah.
Send more
Who's the
paramedics.
president? Millard Fillmore. I knew it.
Shit. Sounds like I need to watch it.
Yep.
What do you got?
Anyway, for my pitch, I've got Lil Seinfeld.
Lil Seinfeld.
Follows the
Is it another
elementary school adventures of Jerry and the gang.
Oh my god.
And I've got an episode pitched. Jerry has a crush on a girl, but he has to stop liking her because she mixes her Play-Doh colors.
Oh my god. How about an episode where none of them can eat candy and they put in a bet of a whole $1?
That's it. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. or Kramer thinks of a little Kramer thinks of a better way to transport juice in a giant rubber ball.
Kramer finds a pimp hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or oh god, Elaine enters the dance competition.
The possibilities are endless.
Oh my. You could pretty much just re-air the entirety of Seinfeld as Little Seinfeld. It'd be fucking
I feel like
amazing.
it'd make it better.
It would. I mean, let's face it though, Seinfeld, in and of itself,
Perfect.
It was
Perfection.
It was amazing.
All right, so that's all we've got for the first episode of Why Is This a Cartoon Cast? Once again, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter at WITA Cartoon. You can also email us if you have any memories of the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes cartoon. Make sure you reach out and let us know about it. You
Yeah,
can email
any
us
of
at
these shows we do.
Yeah, any of the shows we do, we'll be sure to read about it on the air. Email us at witacartooncast@gmail.com. And yeah, I think that's all we got for today. As always, I'm Joey.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tim.
And we'll see you next week, guys. Thanks a lot.
Indeed. Take it easy, guys.